Okay, let's roll right into our post-race for today's 64th annual Tom's Fast Relief 500 here at Martinsville Speedway in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Our race runner-up, Kyle Busch, he drove the number 18 M&M's Halloween Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Kyle, talk about your run out there today. So close, and yet I know you got to be disappointed you couldn't get the W.
Yeah, so close yet so far away, it seems like, here at Martinsville, and time again. But, you know, guys did a great job. We really struggled early, got behind, and, spun out there and was able to work on it and, get ourselves a pretty decent car. I mean, probably a third or fourth place car, and I think we were able to come home second there. So can't say enough about the effort. Guys did a good job. Disappointed, and, Denny had issues. I hate it for him and those guys. They deserve it, and I'm sure it's not good on the points front. But, it just we worked as hard as we could, and we had an angel riding with us today, and we just weren't able to capitalize for Rain and his family and the loss that they had earlier this week. Rain was a kid that, Samantha and I took under our wing a few years ago. He had kidney and liver issues and was on transplant lists and everything, and just passed away this week finally. So, it's heavy hearts for all of us, and, wish we could have won him one.
Thank you, Kyle. We'll take questions now for Kyle Busch. If you have one, raise your hand, and we'll come to you with the wireless microphone. Any questions for Kyle? Right here. Go ahead, sir.
Barry Richmond, Piedmont Broadcasting Corporation. Did the conditions change with the temperatures cooling this afternoon as far as affecting your car handle or overall performance?
Yeah, it did. We fought earlier in the race that, it was kind of hot, a little bit slick. The rubber was getting put down, so we were kind of sliding on top of the surface a little bit more than we'd wanted to. And then there late in the going, about the last 100, 150 laps, the track really cooled off. And we weren't putting rubber down, but the track was faster, so you just had to know that you could pick up a little bit of speed and hustle the car a little bit more, but yet you could still get yourself in trouble with overheating the brakes and everything else. So you had to be on top of all that and, doing a good job. And I felt like I could run with those guys for the first few laps, and then I'd kind of fall away, let them go, just kind of keep my stuff cool, and in case it did turn into a long run, that, I could come up through there in the long haul and pressure them there at the end.
Let's go up to the press box. Question for Kyle. Go ahead, please.
Kyle, Damian Sortle at Danville Register and B. It looked like they're on the white flag lap going into one. You got about as close to Jimmy's bumper as you could. Was that your last attempt to get to him, and did you have anything going for him into three?
No, Jimmy did a good job. He did exactly. He's a six-time champion, five-time champion, whatever it is, probably six, for a reason. I was getting into one and got to his rear bumper. Didn't want to move him out of the way, but he really slowed the corner down and protected the bottom so well that when I went back to the gas, I spun my tires and got loose off the corner, and he just squirted away from me too far where there was no chance I was going to get back to him in 3 and 4. So, he manipulated my car the way he needed it to protect himself for the last corner down there in 3 and 4.
Anybody else here for Kyle? Kyle, thank you very much, and we're sorry for your loss this week. See you in Texas. Joining us now is our third-place finisher in today's 64th annual Tom's Fast Relief 500, and that's Kasey Kahne. He drove the number 5 HendricksCars.com Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Kasey's now in fourth place in the points, 29 out of the lead. Kasey, take us through your race here this afternoon.
Well, we started off 15th, and we were able to, slowly move up throughout, and, felt like I had a great car. I think all the Hendrick cars were really good today. They always are at Martinsville, and Jimmy and the 48 guys pulled it off. I got really loose there the second to the last run and fell back to 8th, and then we were able to make the right adjustments, the right tires, and had good restarts there at the end. Lucky to start on the inside, I guess, and get a few cars, and I ended up third. So I was pretty happy with that. We gained 1 point in the chase, and so that's good. We gained like 1 or 2 points a week for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so we'll be there in like a year, I guess. But still, we've been running well, and felt good to have a good run at Martinsville. This is a tough track for me. It has been since I've came into the Sprint Cup Series, and definitely felt good to run pretty well today. I feel like I was thinking after the race, and we were making adjustments. And Kenny Francis, we make a small adjustment this way, and then I'm too tight, make it this way, then I'm too loose, and the windows are so small that I have at this track. And you look at the 48 and you watch how Jimmy drives this place and Jeff Gordon, and their windows so much bigger. So it's like trying to figure out how to get to where they're at, and just figure, with your feet, I think more than anything, the braking and the throttle and things like that. And so we'll keep working on that. But I have two of the best guys I think that I to learn from, and hopefully we can keep getting better at this track.
Thank you, Kasey. Questions for Kasey Kahne? If you have one, raise your hand. We'll get you the mic. Any questions downstairs for Kasey? Anybody? Want to go up? Carlos has one in the back. If we could get Carlos from Fort Worth the microphone, please.
Hey, Kasey. Carlos Mendez, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Hey, can you consider yourself a contender now, even with 3 weeks to go?
Well, we gained a point, so if we weren't this week, then we probably aren't next week. I don't know. I feel like I still have a chance for sure, because just the way the points are and the way, you can have a bad race. Look at Denny. He lost, tons of points today by, just things that happen in racing. It's part of the sport. And so, yes, I mean, we're definitely still have a shot, but, we're a ways out. I wish we were within 20 or 15. I think we'd be a lot more legit at that point.
Can you talk about what kind of example Jeff and Jimmy have been to you this year and at this track?
This year they've been great. It's been nice to sit into every debrief before the race, after the race, practice the weekly ones, and just listen to those guys, pick up on little things here and there, and just try to get better. Two of the best guys I can learn from. So that's been good. And as far as Martinsville, I haven't learned a whole lot from them. They haven't told me any of their secrets, but I get to drive really good cars here, and the same stuff that they're in. So that helps. It's nice to be at Hendrick Motorsports and have a shot when we come to this track. It's really good.
Let's go to the press box. Question for Kasey Kahne. Go ahead.
Monty Dutton guessing is it. This is, as is always the case, is a very successful year for Hendrick Motorsports, Kasey, but it's a weird year. The team won none of the first 10 races, then won 7 of the next 11, then didn't win 11 in a row and won today. Is that all a coincidence?
Yeah, I'd say it probably is. I mean, I think all 4 of the cars have been really fast throughout the entire season. So close to win that 200th win all the way up until Jimmy won it at Darlington. And I think there was 6 or 7, 8 second places in a row in this last 11, 12 races where none of us won a race for HMS. So, I feel like we're there each week between one of the 4 cars or all 4 cars, and it could very well win the next 3. So it's great to be part of Hendrick Motorsports.
I think we're clear in the press box. Is that correct?
Clear.
Other questions downstairs for Kasey Kahne? Carlos, go ahead. Give Carlos the mic again.
Hey, Kasey, just one last thing. We can't assume anything about Jimmy, but how much value would it be for you to watch him go through a whole year, championship type year, and just watch what he does?
Well, how many has he got? 5? Yeah, I've been racing with him for 5. So I've watched some of those as closely as I can from, being part of another company and racing for some of the other teams that I have. So I've watched that. I've got beaten by him plenty of times over the years, and this year being his teammate, and watching how good the guy is and how good his team is and how well they work together at every track, kind of diagnose the car and the track and get that balance that he needs, and then he takes it from there. So it's nice, it's impressive what they do, and I'm glad to be part of it. And even though he beats me more times than not, I'm still trying to learn, listen, be part of it, and hopefully at some point we can catch up to him a little bit.
Any additional questions for Kasey? Kasey, thanks for coming in, and good luck in Texas, okay?
Thank you.